Heiser here with I Think Differently and Blue Line Vagabond, and today I'm going to be putting in the front SumoSprings that I bought for my 2009 Sprinter van. I understand that they're supposed to be awesome and change the whole dynamic of the ride, going over bumps and what have you. So here we go, and hope you enjoy it. And again, if you have any questions, you can always go to my website, which is www.jeffreyheiser.com. That's JEFFREYHEISER.com. Just drop me a note and I'll be more than happy to respond, or just on this video down below in the comments, just leave me a comment and I'll be more than happy to get back with you. So here we go. I'm going to change out these front bump stops and put in these SumoSprings. What I've done is I've gone ahead and jacked up the Sprinter just until the front tire just barely comes off the ground. In fact, it's still in contact, and then I turned it really hard right. Now I don't know if you can see this, but right there, right here is the bump stop, and this is where we take out the nut. It's a 1/2 inch, or I think it's a 14, maybe something like that in metric, but it's a 1/2 inch as far as I know. We're going to take that out. We jacked it up so that right here we can fit the new bump stop, because they are much bigger, and I'll show you the difference in size in just a few minutes as soon as I get this one out. The size, this one over here is the original. This is the new one that we're putting in. We're going to have to do a little trick with the socket so that we can hold the nut on, because it goes down where you can't really see it or hold it. So as soon as I get it in place, I'll show you. Here it is in place. You have to just work it around and make sure you have your vehicle jacked up enough. I'm just using a 3-ton jack. I brought it up just shy of having the tires off the ground, the tire. And now comes the fun part of getting the nut and the washer on there. I'll show you a little trick to that. Holding the nut in place is put a piece of this plastic. So I'll show you. What I did was wrap the nut in a piece of plastic. Or actually, you can take the plastic and just fold it over, make it tight, stick it in there, and then take your nut and push it down in, and it's not going anywhere. It's not going to go anyplace except for on the screw for you. So that's a little trick my grandfather showed me, and my uncle, and I think it'll work good. Now just to get a little grease on my fingertip to hold the washer while I put it down on top of the screw. So what I did was I took some Vaseline, put it on my fingertip, and put the washer right on there. It'll hold the washer on as I put it down onto the stud that needs to be having the washer and the bolt. There she is, she's in. Just got to let the jack down on this side and go to the other side. If I had stopped to make the video, it would have taken me all of about 10 minutes on this side to put this in. See, with the jack down, it does compress this new stopper bumper just a little bit, which is supposed to improve the ride on the front end. The driver's side is just as easy. This is it right here that we have to take out, and right on the top here, through that piece, is where the nut and the holding washer is, and we'll take that out, and then we'll get the other one in, and I'll show you what it looks like then. And in less than 5 minutes, we've got this one on, and you see how it's not touching. When I let it down, you'll see it'll be touching down, and you can see where it's touching. This is supposed to drastically improve the handling up front. Well, I put my Sumo front coil springs in, or front air springs, whatever you want to call them. They're the SumoSprings for the front, and I got to tell you, it's amazing the difference in the handling up front, in the rocking back and forth, and the going up and down driveways over speed bumps. It's just it's different as night and day. I would highly recommend these springs for anyone with a 2009 or earlier Sprinter van like mine. Now I've get the back ones coming in this afternoon. I'll be putting those in, and I'll do a little video with those. Probably attach it to this video so that you have an idea as to what it takes to put it in. It literally, when I did the second side, the driver's side, it literally took less than 10 minutes to put in. These are the rear springs, SumoSprings, that I'm going to be putting in, and it looks pretty straightforward. Probably just a screwdriver. Probably have it in a couple minutes. Bump stop we'll be taking out is right there. We'll take out the one on the other side also, and it says you just need to pry it out with a screwdriver and pop the other one in. So here are the backs side by side. This one right here is the old one. That's going to be the new one. Well, I have both the front and the rear Sumo shocks in. I have to admit, I spent a couple hours on the back, just on the driver's side last night, and just couldn't get them in. So brought the van over this morning over to a local shop called Glenn's Tire and Automotive Services down in Melbourne, Florida, and they had them in within half hour, 45 minutes. I just couldn't get the leverage to push up and push the one piece into the holder. But all in all, I drove back, and it was about a 30-mile trip, and I have to tell you, different as night and day. Do yourself a favor, get you some Sumo shocks for the front and rear if you have a Sprinter van, and you will definitely notice the difference in the ride. It actually feels like a car almost going down the road now. You hit the bumps and the rough spots in the road, and you can't even really feel them. They're very dampered out. And if you're in the Florida area and you're down by Melbourne, I would recommend Glenn's Tire and Auto Services. They've been around for 67 years. I tell you, I thought I was gonna have to probably go out of the state to find somebody, and a wrecker driver told me, check out these guys. So I went by, and they did it right then. Take care, safe travels. Until next time, this is Jeff Heiser, I Think Differently, and the Blue Line Vagabond.